now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Israel.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. You know how we do? Give everybody a few seconds to get on.
Trickle on in, Israel. Trickle on in.
A happy Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. And also a reminder, new moon sunset is tomorrow, Sunday sunset to sunset Monday. So make sure you take that day off from your job so you can acknowledge and come to the Most High for the feast. All right. As you see the name of the title, Modern Women Causing Pimps to Go Bankrupt. Now, I bet some of y'all are like, okay, what they about to talk about now? Now, Israel, we already know that we are in a serious pandemic with our people, and especially with the sister. Why so much the sisters? Because they have control over their legs and who they open up their legs to. Well, you may say, well, what about the Pookies and the Ray Rays? Well, if they keep opening up their legs to the Pookies and the Ray Rays, guess what? The Pookies and the Ray Rays are not going to care. They're going to get it. And that's what you got to realize. The Pookies and the Ray Rays, they'll take anything. They'll take anything. And it's a damn shame that many of our sisters are just giving it up for free. So why do we name this title, Modern Women Causing Pimps to Go Bankrupt? Because pimps can't make no money now. Because women are giving it away for free. It's crazy, y'all. Yo, man, pimps, these pimps are they pretty much out of business.
Yeah, I mean, like, when's the last time you really, we know here, the whore business is still sort of, in season, but it's not as thriving as it was.
Oh, no.
Back in the days, when it was just prevalent on the streets, right? There was, pimps, they had the players ball and the pimps ball and all this other stuff. Man, all that stuff is starting to die out now. Why? It's because these heathens, they have tricked the women, right? Because back in the day, women were smart enough, right? They were more intelligent, right? And they knew that, why would I, lay down with someone that does not, commit to me at all, right? A brother that loves you will commit to you, right? So he's not going to lay down with you, and not marry you without, if he doesn't love you.
A true righteous brother. Okay.
Right, con, right? A righteous brother will marry you, right? Because, like, we know that these brothers out here nowadays, none of these brothers, when they have sex with these women or whatever, they don't plan on having the children half the time. Half the time, they don't want the children, right? It's just a accident or something like that happens, right? And then the sisters sometimes, well, most of the time, they end up keeping the children, and they get mad at the father when he doesn't want the children to begin with, right? And so it's just like because everyone, is giving it out for free no more, right? Yeah. Everything is just for free. There's no commitment. There's no biblical righteousness is going on. Everybody is just living upon the will of their own body.
There's no concern. It's like there's no. It's like most sisters, especially modern day women of today, have no idea of their worth. Now think of life before social media came out. Y'all remember when there was no social media at all? Like literally, like what were people doing? You notice that our values were a lot higher, and social media has made a very large contribution to the way our people think these days now. Because if you look at all these social media, if a person is on social media constantly and everything, what are you going to see? Especially in America, you're going to see a lot of hoeing. You're going to see a lot of folly. You're going to see a lot of women bragging about body counts. You're going to see a lot of videos about Pookies and the Ray Rays bragging how many women they can get pregnant. What you got to realize, Israel, is that everything that has happened has been set against our people and against the Most High. Now we're gonna break it down, because we're gonna tie this all into sorcery and how all this stuff, anything that's against the Most High, Israel, is a form of sorcery.
And witchcraft.
77 is probably way higher. It's probably about 80 now, but I'm gonna go with the statistics. About 77% of babies that are born to unwed mothers. And it's like I've seen so many interviews where women would get online and say they would rather just be a mother than a wife. What do you think that thinking comes from? What do you think that ideology comes from? You know, portion of it comes from social media. It's just the way that the heathens have presented this stuff, and we just gotten off track, Israel. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We know right from wrong, and there's not going to be any excuse when Hamashiach comes back, when judgment falls. And that's why the scripture says judgment will begin at the house of the Most High, and it's going to happen not only with the women but with the brothers.
God.
So Israel, we're going to start seeing a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipelines like this because a lot of our people think they can get away with it. They think that it's cool. They think that, hey, you know, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'd rather be a mother than a husband. Well, you're a sorcerer. You practicing witchcraft because you're totally going against what the Most High has said in His Word.
Mm.
Now I want to pull up something, and you all can kind of just look and do some more research for yourselves. But I wanted to get the Essence Bible Dictionary of a witch and just kind of just show you what it's saying here.
Bring it out, brother.
Can you see that? Can you see it on the screen? I'm gonna get a few more seconds because I know there's a delay and everything.
Yeah, I can see it just fine on my end.
Even when I'm wired in, it's like this. It's a little delay. All right. So you got witch. So the feminine form of the word meaning enchantress. Wow, enchantress, sorcerers. In Deuteronomy 18:10, which we're going to go there in a few minutes, as the rendering of that word, I think it's pronounced. Not to correct me if I spell this wrong. Pronounce this wrong. Mekhasheth, something like that. The masculine form of the word meaning enchanter. All right.
Mm.
So let's just look at these little definitions down here, and let's just go on further. This is a woman who, by concept with the devil, by compact with the devil. So damn, that's like an agreement. That's deep. A woman who, by compact with the devil, practices sorceries and enchantment. Now let's just go back for a few minutes. Who was told to kill all the witches and the enchantment? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember who that was? Who was told to kill? I'm gonna say, you know what? If y'all know who it is, put it in the comment box. Someone was told to kill the witches.
I'll give y'all a hint. He had a beef with David, right?
That should be easy now. You gave him an easy hint.
Yeah, my bad. I want
too easy. Yeah, Saul.
I love the bruise, man.
Yeah, all right, good deal.
Let me get it.
So Saul was called by the Most High to destroy, kill all these witches and everything. But then, of course, he turned around and went to look for Samuel through a witch himself. So I just wanted to bring that out just to show you that the Most High don't play around when it comes to stuff like this, Israel. A woman who is given to unlawful arts. What is unlawful arts? You ever heard of a Ouija board? You ever heard of things that they use to, what you call those things? They put around in a circle and they use stones and stuff. Man, I forgot the name of it though.
What you said, Ouija board? What you
said? Ouija board, but it's another one too. It's another one where they use certain arts, certain stones and stuff. Palm readers.
Palm readers. Oh, I know. Okay.
Not palm readers, but it's another one thing. I can't think of the name of it. But
you're talking about like that Madame Cleo woman, like call me now. It's called doggone it.
Yeah, they use stones and cards and stuff. I forgot the name of it though. Then a wandering Phineas Bank. Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy. So all this stuff, like a lot of our, especially the women, and this is why we're bringing this subject out, because it's something noteworthy to address, Israel, because it's getting dangerous for our people, and it just, a lot of our sisters don't seem to understand how dangerous it is, because they in their minds they're like, well, we're going to do what we want to do. You know, we're the ones in charge. We're the ones who are coming up, we're rising up. We're the one who got all the education and all that kind of stuff. You know, the pride that sets in this, you know, is going to get a lot of our people destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I can't stress this enough, Israel. This is serious. Anything that deals with sorcery or witchery, you want to stay far away from it. And yes, even claiming that you would rather be a mother than a wife. That is a form of sorcery. Because what are you doing? You're against the Most High. You're anti-Hamashiach. Because what did Hamashiach tell us in the first place? He said, "You shall cleave together as one. You shall leave your mother and father." So marriage is a constitutional right within the law. You go against that, guess what? You're going to have a bunch of single women with a bunch of babies, hoping that some man is going to come sweep them off their feet. But as people are waking up, those days are over with. People are waking up to the reality. And even people that are not in the truth are starting to wake up. The brothers are realizing, man, I'm not messing with these women that got kids. Why would I want to raise somebody else's kids that was raised by another man that's still alive? Why would I want a woman who's had a body count of 150 and yet expect me to take on their kids when that father is still alive? I mean, the irony of the thinking behind that is just it's crazy. And our women don't seem to get it, understand. And the first thing they want to do is point the blame to the men. Well, these men's a dog. All right. Did you agree to lay down with the man? Yes. You had a baby with the man? Yes. Did he have a gun to your head? No. Did he rape me? No. Okay. Then where's the blame at then? You see what I'm saying, Israel? And again, I said earlier, a Pookie and a Ray will sleep with anyone. You got to understand that they don't give a damn. They'll get you pregnant and don't care. They don't want that baby. They're not planning on taking the. Yeah, Most High is going to punish them too.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to get punished.
Yeah. So we're in a serious. I've never ever seen anything like this to this magnitude that they were living in. And we're talking about being delivered. We're talking about wanting to go, ready to go home. Israel, we are far from. Boy, we are far. It's probably another 3,000 years out. Ain't no telling, man. The way is the way our people are, man. This is no way that our people are going to have to go through all this stuff. And it's sad because it just takes longer when our people don't get it and they have to learn the hard way. And the Most High have to let a lot of our people bleed out, just like he did during the 40 years of wandering, which was only an 11-day journey. No. You got anything before I pull up the scriptures before I go to Deuteronomy 18?
No, go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead, man. You sound like you wanted to say something.
Oh no, Con. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was just no, just go ahead, man. Necromancer, a psychic. Yeah, Cons, D Parks. Hey, remember we were talking about earlier about a psychic? You know, that's that Madam Cleo stuff, that tarot card reading.
Yes.
Yep, and all that other wicked stuff that's going on. You know, I just want to say that before. I just don't know where how did it get to this situation, right? We're in a situation now where like the cat's been let out the bag, right? Before, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like all across the board, right? Even from the beginning, right? The attack was on the woman, right? You know, the serpent in the garden, he wasn't going to attack Adam, right? Because he knew Adam was rooted and grounded, and he wasn't. He was the leader, right? So the serpent in the garden decided to go out there to help me, right? And we're dealing with the same serpent now, right? Even the feminist movement, right? Any of these movements, everything was thought up by a man, right? Y'all didn't even get that own idea into your head, which is why, right, this movement is not really gained in any real come up of women, really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like y'all still picking the same jobs, right? Women are still in less, you know what I'm saying? There are less women still in STEM. They barely go there. They don't want to do hard work. Their natural proclivity as living is to be a homemaker, right? A caretaker, right? And a support system for a man. That's their natural biological meaning that is brought forth in the scripture over and over again, right? This feminism stuff, it's not even their idea. It's the ideas of the wicked heathen man that have now tried to perpetrate this, right? And to get y'all to follow it, right? And so what? Sexual freedom, that's a trick, right? You have to realize now, right? The bag, I mean, the door has been opened, right? The bag has been opened now, right? It's going to be hard for you to put the bottle, I mean, the top back on the bottle once it's been opened. Like the bottle's been opened now, where a lot of women out here, they have the idea that yes, that I got all this sexual freedom, that I'm gonna go out here and you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna go out here and sleep with all these men, right? And they talk about it, and then they get mad saying that, oh well, you know, if a so-called man, a Pookie or Ray Ray, they say, well, you ran through and this, that, and the other. Well, those are the dudes that are running through the women. Like the guy has a sword, right? And the woman has a scabbard. You know, the woman is literally not giving anything to the man. The man is literally giving seed and whatever, and then humbling the hell out of, you know, a woman, you know what I'm saying? And then she gets another man, he does the same thing, and so forth and so on. And then they try to say that the man, oh, well, you know, I didn't really like that man, that man was a lame, this, that, and the other. But you gave him your body to the utmost part where you just submitted totally and, you know, to a sexual act. And then they act like that's not going to, put them on the foreface of wickedness. Every man intrinsically knows this particular situation is why intrinsically we know that the law of God has went in, even in every nation, far as like the common sense part of it. Like, you know, okay, the woman is for the man, right? The woman comes from the man, right? But the reason why we know this is because what? The woman only has an XX chromosome. She has no capability, no kind of DNA at all to create a man in her body, right? So we didn't come from a woman. A woman had to come from us, period, right? Because the man he has XY chromosomes, right? Which means that in his DNA, right, in his body, he has the ability to create a woman or a man, right? Which that's why we know that the scriptures are verified when it says that Eve came from a man. Now, for some kind of reason, right, we have some kind of wild theories now that we got going on, and that now God is a woman, and we got all of this witchcraft that's going on, just like the brother Daniel is bringing up. Now, I got a scripture, if brother Daniel doesn't mind, that I do want to bring up dealing with witchcraft, right? Because no, a matter of fact, while you have it on the screen, do you mind pulling up Samuel? A matter of fact, yeah, man, let's go back to Samuel. 1 Samuel 15:23. And this was dealing with Saul, right? As far as like witchcraft, right? Because see, that's
so we're just gonna go there anyway. 15:23.
Oh,
that's cool. No, you just
right, because that's what's being used on our people, mainly our women, right? Because if they know that they can destroy the women, they can destroy the backbone of society, right? Because men, true, like we lead, right? We thought of all the languages, right? We thought of all the animal names, thanks to the Most High God, right? You know what I'm saying? We thought of every single thing that you can ever come up with. A man has thought of it, period, right? Downright to every single law that you follow, all the foods that you eat. Men grew it. Men made all this stuff. Men made this stuff. So now for the fact that women actually come along the line and think that some kind of way they're supposed to be getting treated equally when they haven't literally done a damn, they haven't done anything as far as like thinking of the structure of society, and no society period that's ever been successful. This has never happened. This has only been this has only been thought forth and brought forth by men through the power of the Most High God, because this is just our lot in life, is to build societies, while women's lot in life is to raise the children in a culture, right? And to be like a Proverbs 31 woman. Now, if we see right here in the book of Samuel,
before you go on though, brother, I had a thought. So this whole ideology of feminism is not an old concept, Israel. It's a very new concept, and technically, it really didn't start until what the U.S. really pushed it, because when the colonizers came over here, it was all men. Men ruled the U.S. in the very beginning. Yeah, they had slaves, but it was the men who ruled everything. You know, this stuff really began. I forgot that lady's name. The whole feminist movement started. Well, the name of that lady that has her arm, she's flexing and everything. She has a bandana on.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That's where the feminism really started to kind of just take off slowly.
Started World War II.
Yep. Yep. So
started doing World War II.
Because even World War II, they didn't have women in the army until after Vietnam. Is when they started letting women in. If women were in the military, it was only as nurses to help with the wounded and everything. But prior to that, women did not serve in the U.S. forces at all, not one, as a combat arms or anything like that. And so, this whole feminism, this whole ideology of feminism is very new. It's a new concept. And that's why so many of our people are getting caught up in this stuff and don't realize when Hamashiach comes back, he's going to destroy all that stuff. And anybody who's caught up with it, they're going to be destroyed with it. I mean, it's just the way it's going to be.
Right. So, 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 23, it says, for rebellion, right? And I know we've went over this before, right? But I want to bring this back out. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, right? And stubbornness is as in iniquity and idolatry, right? Because you have rejected the word of Yahweh, right? He has also rejected you from being king. Well, other than being king, right? We've also been rejected from our blessings, right? We are now under the curse, right? Because we have been a rebellious people. And why are we being a rebellious people? Is because we're under the craft of witchcraft, right? We're under
let's bring this out a little bit. I'm glad you brought, because I was going to bring this out anyway after Deuteronomy, but this is a very profound statement right here. I want y'all to really, really understand what this is saying right here. So rebellion. For rebellion, what is rebellion? Rebellion needs to go against, right?
God.
Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And stubbornness, damn, that's hard.
God, it says iniquity and idolatry, which is the worship of other gods. Right? If you're a man, right, or a woman, right? Let's say, for example, if you're a man and then you are saying that the God in the Bible is a woman, right? That's adultery, because you're not believing in the God of the Bible. If you're a woman believing that God is a woman as well, amen, that's idolatry. You're not believing in the Most High God. Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, as we see continuously, right? These heathen are pushing this, hey, get these women out here and working, right? Let them, man, you really have to be a dumbass to be, to think that the men are out here having the time of their lives working. Like, this is something fun, right? When they're first, all y'all have to do is just sit at the house, right? And, take care of the children, right? And then do y'all part far as that's being concerned. While the men go out there, and they push the hard labor and they do this, they create careers or whatever the case may be, right? This has been the same thing that has been done throughout the scriptures, throughout time immortal, right? And now we got a case where we have rebellion on our squad. Look at their divorce rates are up 80% in our community, right? Higher, 80% in our community, which is the highest out of all the which is the highest out of all the nations that are living here in the United States right now, right? Because we have rebellion in our hands. Our women are rebellious. Personally, right? Sorry, brother Daniel. So I'm just going to bring this up.
Bring it up, man.
Yesterday, I was just so aggravated because of where I live. And now I'm in the South, right? And I see plenty of my people around here, right? But yesterday I was just extremely disgusted because out of all the sisters I dealt with, every single one of them had a nasty, ugly look on their damn face, right? It's hard for you, what I'm saying? They always look, they look stink. They don't look pleasurable to be around and things of that nature. But then when I talk to them, right? When I talk to them, I'm being nice, I'm being cordial, I'm trying to be in the spirit and I'm trying to uplift the people, right? But then when I talk to the sister, I figure out, man, she didn't she got babies, what I'm saying, for other brother that they're not married. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like looking at this stuff. I'm like, man, how have the heathen destroyed our people so bad with this witchcraft that now every time you look up, right, it's just and then us as a people, if we look at our own people and we see this type of situation, imagine what the heathens are looking at, looking at us like, the heathens got to be like, well, damn, they don't even love their own people, right? And I do love my own people, but I'm always constantly aggravated about some wickedness because either some brother or sister that I got around, man, they always doing something wicked, right? I got a brother that I'm constantly having to rebuke because he has a lust spirit on him, and then he's chasing after women with 5 kids or women with a whole bunch of kids on them, or something like that. You know, I'm constantly, I said, brother, man, why are you chasing out the low hanging fruit? You know what I mean? Every, you know what I'm saying? I constantly had to rebuke that brother. I don't have to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he tries to come and try to ask for this or need some help over here or something that's going on, I constantly had to rebuke that brother because, you know, he's going after women with like, you know, they already got children, right? I just don't understand what the brothers is like, you know, brother, where is your kingly spirit, right? You know what I'm saying? Where is your spirit from the scriptures that that won't even allow you to even look at something like that? You know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but as soon as we'll have the more of these brothers that we'll have, you know, of course, you know, when we're online, you know what I'm saying, then we're all in the spirit, you know, we might be in a, you know, we might be wearing fridges and stuff like that, but then behind closed doors, man, you don't know what these brothers are doing, you know, because it's evident that not everybody or you know, all these brothers that are talking this stuff about these baby mamas and stuff, they're not really holding true to the truth, right? Because if there were, you know, you would have women out here that are saying, you know what, hold up, I got something real quick, man. You wouldn't have these women out here that are saying, you know, just extremely wicked things, right? Matter of fact, let me copy and paste this, and I got a quick just section I want to show you guys that I was just appalled. You know, what I was like, man, why are people doing this stuff, man?
This is a video clip for the show.
Yeah, Con.
And while you pulling it up, I want to. So you know, when you look at this, has been going on for roughly three generations since the early 70s. Well, of course, the 60s really started with the whole idea of just babies starting to, you know, have babies out of wedlock and everything. Now, when you have these generations of mothers doing this constantly over and over, and now these kids. The first generations are like in their 50s, you know, 40s, what have you. And then you think about all the other generations after them that are coming up. These boys, you know, these kids being raised by women and taking on that feminist nature. And now you look at the world today, you look at, especially the U.S., look at the U.S. today and look at the way the men are acting now. You notice that a lot of the men are feminists. They act feminine a lot of times.
Facts.
You still got brothers out there that hold their ground, but collectively, because of this dilemma, because of this whole idea of this having babies out of wedlock and by different daddies, now we've raised generations of boys that have been turned to women. They soft beta, like the beta concept male is so prevalent now. Why? Because that's a result. We did a video on cause and effect. The cause is opening up your legs to anybody that crawls, walks, barks, and having these babies out of wedlock, just giving away for free. That's why we named the lesson we did.
God.
Modern women causing pimps to go bankrupt because what use is that? You just giving away for free. Pennies on the dollar. Nothing. And this is the result that we have to deal with now.
Just imagine that, right?
Yeah, we have to deal with beta male feministic behaviors.
Back in the day.
This is why you see more, like, I've never seen gang violence at a high level as I have. I've never seen the shooting of our people, one another, at a highest level as I see now. Why? Because emotions are flaring. I've never seen a group of men with so much emotions in my life. It's like, man, it's crazy to see something like that, and it's scary at the same time. So it's one of those things where it's like one of those things of no return. It's going to have to be weeded out. It's going to have to be destroyed like a weed. And it's sad that it has to come down to that, but that's what they're going to come down to.
Like, Con, like back in the day, right? I mean, like how did it get there? Like women back in the day, even like if forced men to be out there and they would have to be something. Like you had to really literally go out there, get it in, right? You know what I'm saying? Become somebody, right? Save up, do what you had to do, and then boom, you get a wife, right? Yeah, then you know, like the men, they had to work to get, you know what I'm saying? They had to work to get it. Like Jacob did, right? Man, he worked 7 years before he got him a wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because then when he knew he got the wife, right, she was a virgin, and that would be all, you know what I'm saying? That would be all his. That would be nothing, you know what I'm saying? That would be his wife, period. She ain't been shared with nobody else, no, nothing like that. So of course, a brother gonna work 7 years, 14 years for a woman because she's pure. She ain't been with nobody else. That's gonna be your woman. You ain't gotta worry about her going to the next man, doing this and that and that. And then for the woman, she'll know for a fact that when she gets pregnant and have a child, she has a father there, right, to take care of him. And you ain't gonna have all these stupid old experiences from these other dudes and this, that, and the third, and trauma and this, that, and that, you know, and all that. That stuff is just not going to be there, right? But here, let me show you guys something real quick. First, I wanted to Brother Daniel was talking about you know, these guys growing up to be feminine, right? So hold up real quick, right? Let me share the screen. Oops, lock you. Wrong one. I think this is it. All right. Let me know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that, Israel?
I can see it on my side.
All right, Con. Hold on. Let me play this video. All right. Let me show you. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. No, that's not it. It's the next one.
You're a victim.
Drop that.
A female is around me.
Listen to this, y'all.
When I get out of the car, like, no, when I got a car, like, when I'm around, like, I don't need to be doing, like gym and stuff all the time, bro.
Is that a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
So when she was getting out the car, they were saying you should.
That's a boy being, now he's been raised up by a single mama, but let's continue on.
To grab her hand to help her get out of the car. Mama, see, that's some gold teeth stuff right there.
Mom, did you do that when
Gold
you
teeth
first
stuff?
met-
Yeah, like
when
you
you
know
first
how to
met my
man.
daddy?
Come on, baby, don't get out the car. See, I'm a pimp, mama.
Yeah,
I'm a pimp, not a simp.
do now.
Oh, I'll be like, she's supposed to help me out the car.
What?
You know what? They're like,
You know
my
what
whole
you gonna
life.
be? Single again.
Bruh, no, cause listen, my whole life I've been having a girl help me out the car. So she's supposed to still help me out the car. What girl you been having all your life? You. what you mean, what girl? You.
I guess that's fair. Young.
Right? Y'all heard that, Israel? Right? This dude talking about some, his mama been helping him out the car his whole life. So he thinks that when he grows up, a woman's supposed to help him out the car. Right? You see the backwards mentality that our young males are coming up with because you too strong and you don't need a man, or you too stubborn enough to give the man over to the father so he can raise him up correctly. Right? Man, you think a father gonna be helping his boy out the car? Hell no, that's not gonna happen. Hey boy, get your behind out the car and help your sister get out.
Yep.
Right? That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no oh man, your mama opening up the door for you and then helping you out the car. Man, are you kidding me right now? Right? That's only a small microcosm of the problems that we have in our community. That's just a small microcosm. Right? I got another video. This is just ridiculous. All right, listen to this one. This is the next one, right? This is another problem with our I don't know what's going on with the sister's mind frame, but you know, here we go. Let's go with it.
Over being a wife. Check it out.
I'd rather be a mom before I be a wife.
Is you need to get some help. You need
Check it out.
You
I'd
heard
rather
that?
be a mom before I be a wife.
Over being a wife. Check it out.
I'd rather be a mom before I be a wife.
She said, I'd rather be a mom before I'll be a wife. Let's see why.
is you need to get some help. You need to get some help.
Really? That is very interesting.
Wow. I just rather cater to a child than
a husband.
And when you're a wife,
You don't need to get
no, but
You don't need
just
to
think
get
when you're a
married.
wife, you're a
Hey,
wife,
yeah.
you're a mom. You still have to find time to be yourself, and I'd rather just find time to be a mom and just be myself as of right now.
Okay.
Something is wrong here.
And
Well, I get it.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
I'm
you, this
not,
thing is on high.
it's just I'd rather be a mom right now. So
That's a very interesting point of view.
Yeah.
no, I get the take. I respect the
Yeah,
take a
take
lot,
time.
but I'm not gonna hold you.
I think a lot.
Hey, them are beta niggas. I'm Salakia, Lord. Those are beta dudes, right? I mean, those dudes right here, they wicked as hell.
Beta to the core.
Yeah, he sat up there, right, and said, you know, I respect it a lot. Instead of telling that woman, man, are you kidding me? You are a real live, 100% unadulterated dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what he needed to tell that woman right there. Be like, are you kidding me right now? He said
Now,
that
why-
he respected it.
Yeah, why are women like you hear more of this? This is not the first time, won't be the last. But why are you hearing more and more women coming out saying that they'd rather be a mother than they'd rather be a mother than a wife? Why is that, Israel? Because you know why? Because sorcery, witchcraft has taken over to such a high level. Our people has completely lost what it means to keep values and morals. And the ways of the Most High have been totally lost with our people. And so that woman, you couldn't even convince her to why, because a woman once a woman like that gets convinced in her mind, she's gone. You can't tell her anything. And the only solution for that is death. The only solution for that is to bleed out. I know that sounds harsh, Israel, but that's what's getting ready to happen to so many of our people. And some of our people are sitting here twiddling their thumbs, thinking, "Oh, Hamashiach's going to come this year, next year, or by the year 2030, and he's going to deliver us and take us home." Like y'all think that's something. Y'all don't realize what we got to go through. Don't realize that we're going to have to go through some sheer hell. And just because you're seeing this stuff going on in Israel, look, that ain't nothing. This stuff goes on all the time. The Scripture says nations rise against nation. They're going to do it again. It won't be the last time they do it. They're going to keep doing it. So you can't determine that to make it seem like, the Most High is coming back real soon. Israel, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening until our people go through this work and get this work going through, because we put ourselves such in a stupor. Or to women where, like, really, you want to wear the pants, you want to be a mother, then so no commitment. Again, like Brother Eitan saying earlier, there's no commitment. Everybody wants self-time. Everybody wants to be and that's what I mean by what social media has really, really destroyed a lot of our people. All right, bring that out in Corinthians, brother.
God, well, I do want to touch on one thing that she has said, right? Because a lot of women, right, what they do, they have the fear of missing out, right? A lot of women, they have, for some reason, right, that's the new thing, right? Women, and they support women, other single women support other single women, right? What they're doing, they're speaking about the fear of missing out. Hey, man, you need to go out here and do this and do that and learn yourself and learn who you are, right? Now, the Bible. Right, the Bible speaks and says that the woman is made for the man.
That's right.
Right. So if they will learn anything, right? Let's say 1 Corinthians 14:35. If they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. Right. So, and bringing that out, that means that the education that the woman is supposed to have is mainly brought from her husband. Right. It's the things that the things that she's learning. She's not supposed to be out there learning her own. I'm gonna get to know who I am, and that's why I want to get married when I'm 30, and this, that, and no, she is supposed to, right, marry a man when she's young, and get to learn that man. Learning that man, if you have chosen wisely, if you had your father in your life and he's helping you choose a husband, right, he's not gonna get you some silly foolhardy folly nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. Right, you're going to get a righteous brother, a brother that knows his way around, a brother that has a plan, right, a brother that can lead you correctly, right. If you're in a marriage with a brother that can lead you correctly, you have no reason to be out here trying to, I'm going to learn who I am on your own, right? If you learn who you are on your own, that is not going to go in congruence with what your husband has got going on. For you to have your own mind to do your own damn thing, that's not going to work, right? It says that when y'all leave each other parents' house, y'all become one. The two become one. Two can't become one if one has their own mind and the other has their own mind. That's not how it works. Y'all are two, right? That's why the woman, right? That's why the man is the head of the household. That means that she's supposed to be a helpmate to whatever he does. Whatever the man's doing is whatever the woman is supposed to be doing. It's not whatever the man's doing and the woman is doing her separate damn thing. That's not gonna ever work. You're not supposed to out there. I'm gonna learn who I am, and so that way no man can trick me. So this, that, and the third. 100% of the time, any idiot woman that tells you that, she didn't do what God said, and that's remain a virgin before you get married. You out there having experiences with some nigga that did not love you, right? He humbled you and then he left you. Or he humbled you, he hurt your feelings, and then he's messing with this, that, and the third other dumb women, right? That are not intelligent enough to understand that in order to give up your chastity, you have to be married. Brothers, right? This is why, you know, it's mine of the brotherhood. I do love the sisters, but the most of the message is for the brothers and the choosing these women, right? Because if you brothers continue to choose these women, right, they're going to continue to believe that it's okay to what they're doing. Oh, you know, it doesn't matter that I slept with nobody. Who cares? I'm gonna have some brother. He's going to accept me down the way, right? You got to start shutting these women down, right? Shutting these women down, let them go into repentance and then die alone. And then so that the next daughters of Israel that come up, brothers, right, they'll understand the importance of remaining a virgin and understand the importance of not giving away your body for free. And you're literally shutting down the pimps and you're literally shutting down the pimp organization.
And this is what these senior women should be, the senior sisters should be doing with these younger sisters. But then I realized that the reason why it's so hard for a lot of the seniors, because, you know, men, we see younger brothers, we see ourselves in them when we were young, you know. But with women, it's different because they see themselves, when they look at younger women, they see themselves as younger women. So they don't correct that. So it becomes a competition. Because I've counseled many, you know, some married couples where they even told me that their mothers were trying to compete with the man that they were trying to marry and everything. So, you know, it's a whole different concept because women are just wired differently. They think differently. And the Most High made them to be a helpmate, only to be a helpmate and to carry or incubate the seed that the man puts in her.
Hold up, right?
The whole purpose.
You get too far on the
it was to see we weren't supposed to be in this situation. The scripture says be fruitful and multiply, but that was in our righteous state. Now we're multiplying in a sinful, unrighteous state. And when you have sisters out there that's having these babies, allowing these babies, opening their legs, agreeing to sleep with anybody, knowing good and well that these dudes are no good, what you expect is going to happen? You're going to have an unrighteous seed. You're going to have unrighteous stock, and multiply that times the hundreds and hundreds of thousands. What you got? You got millions of people, millions of babies that are being born like this. Well, no, my baby was no accident. I know that he was supposed to be not if it's outside the law of the Most High. It's wicked if it's outside the law of the Most High. And eventually, yeah, your baby might live, but that baby is not going to be able to take root. And all you're doing is you're creating children for the sword. It's sick, Israel. It's like you're just having babies with no thought for the future. You know, there was a time where even back in the 50s when an Israelite man and a woman got together, they had planned that child, whether it's going to be a boy or girl. They had that child's future already planned out, what they're going to do, what school they're going to go to, and what have you. They're going to stay a virgin until they're a certain age, and if they get married, they're going to have to go through us. The man's going to have to come and sit down with the father and talk with the father. You don't see that no more. Sisters go out there and just have sex with any dude. They don't give a damn, don't even know their father, mother, nothing. Just giving it away for free. And that's what we're dealing with right now. That's the pandemic that we're dealing with. And it is getting worse and worse, seems like, by the day.
Right? Just like modern women causing pimps to go bankrupt, right? Now, right, instead of you know, paying the pimp money for the whores, right? Y'all just go out for a free dinner, right? Well, come on, let's take me out to a movies, right, man? Brothers will more than likely, you know, pay for $100, $200 dinner, right, and then, you know, have sex with the woman, then dog gonna pay for some you know, some whore or some prostitute. It's the same damn thing, right? Imagine that, woman. You know what I'm saying, like brothers, right? The women are so cheap nowadays, right? And they're so delusional that all you gotta do is just take them out on a dinner or show them a good time, and then you can have sex with them. Yeah. You know, you don't gotta marry them no more, right? You don't got to go hard in the paint, be somebody, talk to their parents, right? prove yourself or do none of this, man. You can have sex with women for free. Why you think? Why would a man want to get married with any type of woman, and if they know that now you can just have sex with them for free? You don't got to do a damn thing. You just got to have you got to spit some game. You got to be a certain height or whatever the case may be. You got to have a little bit of money in your pocket, drive a fly car, and next thing you know, man, you can get these dumb women to sleep with you. Oh yeah, it's real easy out here nowadays. Why would you get married, right? Why would brothers want to get married? You know, what incentive is there for them to ever put a ring on your finger if you're giving it away for free? That's just the epitome of stupidity and witchcraft, right? It's got you so delusional that you think that what you're doing is better than your foremothers or better than your grandma. You oh, well, my grandma was a slave, and I feel that she was cooking and cleaning and doing all this. Man, your grandma was a virgin. Your grandma don't have all that trauma. She only been with one man, married that man, gave him a family, children, and guess what? She didn't have to worry about where the baby daddy was because she had married that man. Her husband was right there with her, helping take care of your mama, right?
Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into play. Right now, a lot of these sisters think, oh, I'm independent just because they're independent. They're making their own money. They're happy being a mother than their husband. All that is getting ready to change, Israel. It's getting to change because why? The Most High does not play around with that stuff. That is an abomination unto the Most High, and He's going to auto-correct that stuff. What's going to happen? Yeah, welfare eventually is going to go away, but there's going to be some other stuff that's going to come down the pipeline. But Isaiah 4:1 is facts is going to come into play, and no one will be able to escape it. It may seem like all fun and games now. It may all seem like, oh, it's all good. Why do you think inflation is going up? Why do you think rent is going up? Why do you think all this stuff is going up? At the same time, the heathens are trying to squeeze our people from every corner, but at the same time, the Most High is allowing it. Why? Because He is getting ready to do some serious pruning and some serious cleansing. Go ahead, bring that up.
Something I wanted to say from before, right? What Brother Daniel was bringing out, but now it just came back to my mind. Brother Daniel was saying that the daughters were that the mothers were competing for the same man that the daughters are, right? Right. Instead of teaching the daughters how to love their husbands, right, and do the things that are being taught in Titus, right? So when you have that particular situation that's going on, what is that telling you? Is that telling you that what the world is saying is true? Yes, stay out here till you're 30 and then try to find a husband, right? Or right, or just maybe the Bible is telling the truth, right? It's talking about marry when you're young. Right, marry when you're young, because look, guess what? This is why Leah was married before Rachel, even though Jacob had wanted Rachel, right? Even though Jacob wanted Rachel, Leah being the older sister, she couldn't be out here being older than her younger sister and not married. That's not the way it goes. Civilizations from the from the beginning, right? From the from the dawn of time, right? They have more common sense than we do now. Right, it's when it reads in Second Ezra that we're getting dumber as the time goes by, right? As the fruit of our body, they're becoming less intelligent, right? Less greater in stature than it was of our forefathers. This is evident, right? It is evident that the scriptures are 100% fact. Now in Genesis 30, it says, and Leah said, Genesis 30:13, and Leah said, "Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed," right? And she called his name Asher, right? Leah was happy, right? Why was she happy? Because one, she had a husband, and the daughters will call her blessed because she had a child, a son by the name of Asher, right? What does this mean? The women now, they just want to have sons and babies without any other man involved, right? The only reason that Leah was happy because one, she had she finally had a son, right? She had a child, and two, she gave a child to a man that she had loved, which was Jacob, right? And three, for the daughters will call her blessed because she had a child. Now, where in the scriptures do you see any woman being blessed from other women when they had babies outside of wedlock? You can't find me that scripture.
Right.
But yet we have women today that are so stupid, just like I saw the other one on there. Well, I'd rather be a mother I want to be a mother rather than a wife. Are you kidding me right now? Because I'd rather take care of my child and instead of taking care of the husband.
Let me tell you what the scripture says about that, Israel. I'll bring it back up. All right. So anybody who wants to be a harlot, all right, a harlot, someone you mess around and made no commitment to a man. You have kids by a man, and you still having kids by the dudes. Let me show you what the scripture says about that. All right.
Hold on for a second, too, right? So also, what they're saying that she would rather take care of the child rather than the husband, right? You can't take care of a child properly without a husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like that's backwards ass thinking. That's impossible for you to do, right? How do we know that's impossible? Look at today's situation. That's how we know. We've already know that y'all have already tried it and failed miserably, right? No matter what y'all doing, y'all are failing miserably to the point that we got little boys growing up talking about some women supposed to help them out of the car because he grown up by a doggone mom. Mama, I'm a pimp. Are you kidding me right now? You a pimp? You know, for him to even think that and his mom not check him or any other people just to check that kind of mentality. What's a pimp? A pimp is a person that uses women. That's what they do. So this little niglet, he talking about he's a pimp in front of his mom. His mom didn't even check him. She's so slow, so delusional that she laughing at what he's saying and thinking it's true. If she had a real man in her life, a man of righteousness, man, if my son ever said that, I would have to, man, he had to get a spanking. That's just what it is.
Check this out. Ecclesiastes 26:22. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
No, as gold.
A harlot shall be counted as spittle. See, this is the worth right here when you go outside the commandments of the Most High. When you choose to be a harlot, when you choose to sleep with any dude that's out there, this is what you choose. You choose to become less than dirt. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle. That's hard. That's what the Most High considers these women who wants to practice harlotry. You want to go out there and sleep with every dude. Don't make no commitment to the man that you had the kids with. All right, fine. This is the way the Most High is going to see you. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle. And guess what? If you don't give a damn, I don't give a damn either. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle. But a married woman, Leah, Rachel, is a tower against death to her man. That's powerful, Israel. But our people don't understand that. They don't want to understand that. They'd rather go out there and whore around, sleep with any dude they can, make babies, just be a mother. That's fine. I'm gonna get some money. I'm gonna get some child support anyway, or some welfare. So I'd rather just be a mother. All right. Then you'd rather be a harlot. And guess what the Most High counts harlot as? Spittle. Spittle is like you spit on the ground. That's how the Most High sees you. That means your damn prayer is not even being heard.
Just think about it, right? If you're let's just use the basic common sense. If you're a single parent, right? We all know that you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work. Something has to be done for you to be able to afford a living for yourself and for you to be able to take care of that child. Right? You're gonna have to work, yo. So once you are working, who's raising the children? Right? It's the easiest government psyop ever, right? To get you women out here thinking that you can do it. You stupid. Because when you're not raising the children, this is why they have the ability to enforce all this transgenderism and these crazy ass pronouns and all this other stuff that they got in the school systems. It's because they have tricked you women into thinking that you can raise up the children of the next generation by your damn self, and you can't. You're at work. You don't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? You're at work. You cannot raise your child. So the government is raising your child, right? And the government goes and gives them homework, which they should have finished that stuff in school, which is now more hours of them still getting brainwashed while they're at home, right? Then you're probably doing tablet parenting, right? You go ahead and you're still not teaching them. You're going to go ahead and give them the tablet where you got wickedness upon wickedness on the internet for them to look at, right? Their brains are done. They got no father in the home, right? To tell them, hey, man, get your ass out and go and get outside. You know what I'm saying? Ride a bike, go build a clubhouse, right? Go play football in the yard, baseball, you know what I'm saying, with your homeboys, right? There is no father in the house to force the kids to get out, right? They stand in the house playing video games, right? not if, and you know what I'm saying, not developing their emotional stability, their emotional intelligence, right? These are the boys, these are the same clowns that you got shooting up schools and talking about transgenderism and stuff like that. Those are the same folks, right? All of them raised up by single mothers. This is not a coincidence.
Yep.
The government is purposely wanting you to believe that you can raise up these children when it's not you that's raising them up. They got you being a worker horse. That's what they got you being. You got to go to job in the morning. You got to wake up, hurry up and get the children off to the government establishment where they can continue to program your children. Meanwhile, you know, you working as a slave for the government. You know what I'm saying? You the one that's collecting the taxes for the big, you know what I'm saying, for the white man. Yeah, man. Let me call up these folks up here, make sure they pay their bill. Most of the time, you're calling up your own damn people. Brother?
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's great, you know, and this is mostly in the United States. You don't see, granted, South Africa, which is becoming a little baby America anyway, you know, with the sisters, but US is mainly the ones you really see this happening at. If you go to other countries, you don't see it. And I've been all over the world. I've been to other countries, right? And I was in Afghanistan, and I saw with my own eyes. Every single woman was covered up. I can verify that. I've seen that stuff. Even when I was in Iraq, it was the same thing. All the women were covered up. Why? Because the men knew over there that your figure, a woman's figure, is so beautiful that if it's exposed in its unrighteous state, it can cause men to lust. Now you look at U.S. women, the United States black women, all right, and you look at the way they dress. I'm talking about collectively, and you look at their apparel, and you look at how they go about. Like, I passed by several high schools, and I could not believe my eyes when I seen there's no dress code. These little girls are dressing like little hookers. They dress like what hookers used to dress like when I was growing up. But they dressing like that now. I mean, that stuff is scary. I'm like, do they not see what they even doing? Like, does the parents not even, does the school official boards not even checking these children? It's because their brains have been dissolved to such a low state, they don't see nothing wrong with it. You get a woman walking down the street wearing booty shorts, she ain't gonna see nothing wrong with that. You don't see nothing wrong with your legs being exposed, your titties being exposed, half of your ass being exposed, but yet you don't see nothing wrong with that. Man, when I was in Afghanistan, those women were covered up. There ain't no way you're gonna be lusting after a woman that's covered up like that.
Right, your whole approach is different. Right, you're right. You're not thinking immediate wickedness and lust, and your eyeballs is popping out your head as soon as you see. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about that as soon as you go over here, right? If you're over here in America, man, you see that stuff, man. Your eyeball popping out your head, all of a sudden, man. You're not even concentrating on what's righteous anymore.
Yeah.
Right. The only thing you're thinking about is thinking about some wickedness. That's it.
And it's so bad. It's so bad that you got men from Dubai that's paying for black women to come over there just so they can poop on them, do all kinds of nasty stuff to them, because that's what they portray themselves as in the U.S. That stuff turns those guys off over there, and they'll fly these black women out there just for that purpose.
Imagine that, man. You got to go through your life knowing that somebody done took a dump on you, or instead, all you have to do is just shut the hell up and then marry a man, right? Marry a husband. You would have been straight. He would have loved you and protected you and all this other stuff, as long as you would have, like, this stuff is simple. Like the book of Sirach 26:10, it says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. Now, the last part of that sentence is what I want to address. Lest she abuse herself through over much liberty, right? The scripture knows all this, women rights and feminism crap, right? What are they doing now, right? They're in the streets, right? They're marching, and whatever these weirdos they start, for their right, man, they showing titties out in the street, no shirt on, right? They want to get naked in front of. Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why, you know what I'm saying? How is that righteous? And you want us to see a point, but then you do the exact same thing that we know that you should not be doing. Is why we put the rules on you in the first place, right? It says, if you got too much liberty, you're gonna start abusing yourself and start doing stupid stuff,
Mhm.
right? And that's exactly what we got going on right now.
Well,
Right, man. We ain't telling women
look at Sodom and
watch
Gomorrah. They had too much free time on their hands.
Con, right? We're not telling women to doggone dress modestly and no more. Nope,
Mhm.
you don't care, man. You got little daughters, like Brother Daniel was saying. You know what I'm saying? Going to school is looking like whores, right? The parents ain't checking them. You don't see the daughters with dresses on, right? They out there reading the doggone. They out there got them spandex on. 10 years old. You got spandex on, and then you think it's okay because your mama done dressed you like that. You know, I mean, like after you done dress like that for a minute, you know what I'm saying, for half the time, right? Yes, it Con. Yeah, yep, Con. That's right.
I've seen this. Yeah, you're right, brother. I've seen this. I've seen when teachers were half dressed as well.
Con, that's right.
I'm like,
You know,
that's crazy.
And see, we're just starting to raise up a generation of wickedness, man. You don't think the Most High? I mean, like, sisters, right?
Hey,
Brother,
we ain't seen nothing yet. Next thing you know, man, you're gonna see women walking around here in short cut panties. Because pretty much they do that on the beach anyway. But you're gonna it's gonna become such a norm.
the Most High is about to drop judgment. Every time the cup of wickedness gets too filled up, right? The Most High gonna drop judgment on you, right? Good drop judgment on us as a people, right? Ain't no telling what the hell we was doing in those lands right before we start getting you know, raped, robbed, and murdered and sold off to the white man, right? From the Arabs and the doggone and the Hamites, right? Man, when we went over there, ain't no telling what the type of wickedness that we were doing, right? When all of a sudden the Most High decided to be like, oh, you know what, y'all going under Arab, you know what I'm saying, y'all going under the Arabs, right? For the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? The Most High didn't say, you don't think that we was freed in, living over there freed in? Don't get comfortable, Israel. Oh, you think you over here in America and you got a little bit of freedom that you ain't free. You don't have your own last name. You don't got nothing, not a damn thing. At any given time, right? This white man can decide that he want to lock you back up and put you in slavery. Sure, right? You can fight, right? We can fight, but remember now, it's only it's what is it? What 40 million of us and 150 million of them? Yeah, sure, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course, right? Some of us can fight. But when it comes down to it, man, you're not gonna, you know, the reality of it, right? The true hardcore reality of it is that we can't win. No matter whenever we put up a fight and do any damn thing, we can't win. You know why? Because the Most High made it that way. Because He wants us to depend on Him for our salvation. So no matter
that means only the Most High is going to deliver people. That's what it all boils down to. And this is why we need to be obedient to the Most High's laws. And this is why things are going to have to happen. By the way it happened. Now we took ourselves to such a low point now where it's at a point of no return. And the only way that that's going to self-correct itself is the Most High is going to allow these things to happen. Yes, it's going to get tenfold. And we're going to keep putting out this truth as long as we got breath.
If war broke out, a civil war, man, the majority of our people would die, Israel. The majority of our people will be killed and be destroyed. Sure, there are a few wise brothers, right, that'll maybe make some kind of escape to somewhere else because the Most High, He guarantees that there will be a remnant of us, right? But if something broke, you don't know what the Most High has in store for us as a people, right? If we continue in this wickedness, right, because we're not getting better, right? Every generation that passes by, we get more and more and more wicked. It's not getting better. So what do you think is going to happen when that cup starts to overflow with wickedness, man? It's going to be time for the Most High to, you know, pass down some judgment. How much history lessons do we need to see, right? How many times in the scriptures do we need to see that we done went into captivity, or we went into slavery, or we getting our heads chopped off, we dying, right? We getting beat down. You know, how many times do we need to see that before we can finally start to get right? Niggas don't got nothing in America, but you acting like a damn donkey. To the point where the folks that were beating your backs in, right? They over there, they're starting to close down stores in your neighborhood. You know what, man? We don't want Walmart out here because we got these wild niggas running around. Nigglets. You know who the nigglets are raised by? Single mothers. The same, you know what I'm saying? The same women talking about something. We don't need no man. Well, if you don't need no man, control your damn children. They're out here running loose, they're running scared, and you're making babies, right? Because you thought that you saw BBC Tyrone out there. You saw Tyrone. You like, well, okay. Well, Tyrone, he got the car. You say, no, he got the bag. Let me go ahead and lay with him and try to give him a baby. But Tyrone ain't never want no baby. You know this nigga ain't gonna be no good father, right? You know he got 3 or 4 other baby mamas. But for some reason, you get it in your head that you think, yeah, you're gonna be different. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna sleep with him, you're gonna give him a baby. Nope, you're gonna be staying with the same. You're gonna be in the same role as these other dumb women that did the same thing.
Repeating stuff.
And then wondering, right? And then you raising up the son, you beating him out. Oh, you look just like your daddy. You got some kind of you know what I'm saying? You got man, our.
And then you wonder, and then you wonder why they turn to white women.
Right? They turn to white women because you in the house with the damn wig on, looking like a white woman. You don't even wear your own hair. You keep it covered up all the damn time. Man, I saw a video of some beautiful sister, man. She had a wig on. All praises to the Most High. It was a wig that looked like her own hair, right? But it was the funniest thing. It fell off in the middle of the interview, and she handled it perfectly. Now the sister was handling it, but at the same time, right? Hey, man, don't wear no damn wig, man. Take them wigs off your head. Them weaves, them sew-ins, all of that stuff that you're over here trying to look like the white woman, right? And you try to look like these damn heathen that were beating our backs in continuously. Why do you think their brothers ain't gonna choose you? They're gonna choose you for one thing: sex only. That's it. They're gonna succumb to the lust demon that's on them, and they're gonna only use you for sex. They're not gonna try to marry you. You know why? Because you don't respect yourself.
And the only reason why some black brothers turn to white women anyways, because they don't love themselves. So a lot of black women will try to straighten their hair to make the appearance of a white woman. But these brothers don't. If these brothers don't like themselves, I don't care. You can straighten your hair, they still ain't gonna like it. They still gonna go to a white woman.
Yeah. I see. Hey, brothers, right? Make it a point, brothers, right, to tell sisters when you see them that they will look much better with their natural hair, right? Because I had to run in with a sister for her birthday, you know, and I don't want to, start an argument with her. I was like, you should celebrate birthdays, but I was like, why would you celebrate, getting closer to death? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, she said that she wanted to have a party or whatever. She said that, I was gonna get it laced up. Yeah, I get it laid flat or something. I was like, sister, you really think that you look your best looking like the heathen, right? And then she said something like, oh, you ate with that, whatever that means. I guess that means something like, I said something right. But ever since I said that to that sister, right, when I go into that same gas station, guess what? I haven't seen her with no laid down front since then, right? Her hair's been up in the afro, right? It's in a ponytail afro or some kind of all natural type situation. It still looks beautiful like that, right? All you brothers, right? It's going to be a slow process for our people, right? And granted, and I do get aggravated with plenty of the sisters all the time when I'm out in the world, right? Because I'm just tired of the wickedness. But still, right? We have to make it a point, right? To to give charity, right? To be charitable, right? In our cause, and we have to and try to encourage these sisters, right? To try to come back to the Most High, right? By encouraging them to do more things that behold righteousness and holiness instead of that of these wicked ass heathens.
That's right.
God.
So I wanted to bring you back to Deuteronomy and to the reason why we chose this topic, because again, there's a lot of witchcraft going on, which is causing our people to go downhill. Deuteronomy 18 and I'll start with verse 10. It says, there shall not be found among you any that make his son or his daughters to pass through the fire. That's what they were doing. And this is the stuff that the heathens were doing. They were passing through, and that has a lot of meaning to it too, because it's supposed to be some wicked spiritual meanings to that kind of stuff, or that uses divination, or one that practices sorceries, or enchanters, or a witch, or women always talking about, oh, I have a dream. I had a dream. The God told me. Right. Most High, Scripture says about dreams can be deceiving. Verse 11 it says, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh. An abomination, Israel. And remember what we read in Kings, where Saul was when it said that witchcraft, rebellion is that of witchcraft.
Oh, 1 Samuel 15, 23. 1 Samuel
Yeah.
15, 23.
Whereas an abomination unto Yahweh, and because of these abominations, Yahweh drives them out from before you. So this is the stuff that the heathen nations are doing. Now we're doing it. And it says, you shall be perfect with Yahweh. That's what he's calling for, Israel. He's calling for us to turn back, but we're doing the opposite. We're going the complete opposite direction. So when you got a group of women that want to rather be mothers than a dedicated wife, then that's a serious problem on their end.
Right.
It's getting ready to go down.
Oh, like I know it seems like Brother Daniel and myself, we beat a dead horse, right? But this message, man, even if it touches one or two different souls, man, if that's all for the Most High intended, because he says that in the scriptures that the Most High, he put some over 10, right? Some over 10 cities, right? Some over 50 cities, right? Some over 100 cities, this, that, and the third. Like the Most High, he has a different lot for for the time for the people to get repent. You know what I'm saying? For the time for the people to repent.
But here's the bottom line, though. We're going to have to deliver our souls, because if we were to stay quiet about this is why we waged a 7-year war against harlots, Jezebels, and henpecked, bootlicking Pookies and Ray Rays. And we may extend this to 12 years. We're over a year in, Israel. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but we're over a year and some change of this war. And it's going to continue. And now we're going to keep pushing this out because we're seeing more brothers that are standing up. And I like to kind of contribute maybe a little bit to that, of me and brother waging this war, because I noticed that after we started doing this, I noticed that more and more brothers started coming out the woodworks. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm praying that more brothers will rise up. I'm praying that righteous sisters will rise up and speak against this stuff. All right. Get these sisters in line. Get these sisters that want to go out there and screw everything that walks, crawls, and speaks. Get their butts in line. You're going to get rebuked by them, but get their butts in line. We need the seniors to stop acting like you're young, like you're a young woman, and act your age and teach these younger women. Because time is of the essence. And when I say time is of the essence, our people, you can die at any time, Israel, and that's it. And if you're out there, you're hoeing around, you got kids already, and you just came back from sleeping with another man, and you have a car accident and you die, guess where you're going? Think about it, Israel. You know how many single mothers that are dying just from car accidents and that kind of stuff, and just different things, right? After they came back from having sex with another dude. Or yet, better yet, something happens where the dude gets angry and shoots the woman or something. Or
any woman that's remarried, so you can't remarry right until your first husband is dead.
Yep.
You can't do that. You can't sleep with nobody. You can't do none of that stuff.
That is true. So you got a bunch of women out there that's married. They had kids by another dude, but that's married to another man. What if that woman dies? What if that brother dies? He's gonna be in adultery. So it is a really scary situation. And you have a choice to get with the brothers that you have the children by, but now it's more complicated because now you have sisters that got 3 or 4 kids by different daddies. So which dude do you get with? That's not even like dad. You can't even. That's not even a solution for that one.
Yeah, you got to get with no dude. There's no dude to get with. You got to stay by yourself.
Yeah, because if you got 4 babies by 4 different daddies, damn. That situation right there, and I'm not one to judge, but I don't even know if that's even possible. That might be up there equivalent to the unforgivable, pardonable sin. I don't know. I mean, but dang, who you get with? Now, if you have 4 children by the same dude, yeah, then you could get with that brother that you had the children by and marry him. But a lot of us just don't want to do that because every time I talk to a sister, and the first thing I ask them is, why did you not get with the man that you had the children by? Well, I wasn't ready and I chose the wrong one, but you was wanting to have a baby with them. You don't get no other choices, sister, like that. You only got one choice. That's to either stay single, stay alone, or get with the brother you can have the children by. If it's not more than one man. That's it. That's it. So brothers, don't be out here trying to pick up these women that got kids. Don't let them talk you into that. Oh, I know the guy's gonna forgive me. Yeah, the Most High forgive you if you ask repent. You repent and stop holding around. You can't go out there looking for another man if you got kids already. You're looking for another man. No, you get with the man that you had the kids by. That's the one you should have married.
That's right. And stay with that man. Don't go still sleeping around or finding the next man. Like, you gotta remember this is why the scriptures in Deuteronomy and also in Leviticus, when it talks about a woman being a virgin, right? If you're not a virgin, right, you get stoned to death. Why do you think the Most High had that rule in the beginning for a woman to be with one man? Intrinsically, right? A brother, or you know what I'm saying, he's not going to want to fully take care of a woman that's been with other men. You're not going to want to do that. That's why all these brothers are talking about 50-50 now and this, that, and the third, right? It doesn't sit right in the spirit for you to want to take care of a woman that's been with other men. That's not your woman. She's been shared around. You don't get nothing first. It's not yours. Like back in the day in the scriptures, like Jacob and all these brothers that had worked 14 years for a wife, stuff like these brothers knew that what they were getting was a pure woman that was untouched by other dudes, right? They haven't been humbled by other dudes. They haven't been, you know what I'm saying? I can, you know, I don't want to get graphic or anything, but you know what? Hey, we all know what sex entails, right? You know, no dude's going to want that to happen to his woman, and then he's going to have to come back and he had to kiss her. I don't want to kiss no woman that's been with no other dude. That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what the hell she done did with that dude. And now I'm going in behind that dude. Are you kidding me right now? That's wicked as hell. And then that's low base. You know, you're a brother that just you don't even hold yourself in a high regard. Man, the kings in the scriptures, they used to make these women soak in different fragrances and stuff for 6 months. This fragrance and another 6 months for this fragrance, a year damn near, just for you to be able to come up and touch the king. Right? That was the mind frame of brothers in the scriptures, right? Kings and such in the scriptures. Nowadays, man, all you niggas is peasants.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You don't care. You'll let any nasty old hoe touch you. Man, she done been with she done had all kinds of sexual, I'll just say sexual fluids on her from other dudes. And then, dog, you gonna go over there, you gonna kiss that woman, or you gonna try to love on this woman, right? Are you kidding me right now? Right? This literally, you know, and then you deal with women that says, oh, this is insecure, or oh, you're insecure. No. Matter of fact, brother, that makes you the most secure brother that's supposed to be out there. You don't want to come up behind some nastiness like that. That's wicked. It is an absolute fact that the one that passes the most out of the two genders that passes the sexual diseases is the woman, right? It's because they have the thing, you're right. They don't have the sword, they have the scabbard, you know, they have the as the scriptures say, the quiver, right? That takes, you know what I'm saying, that receives, right? That's the receptacle. The man is not receiving nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's giving. He's the giver. You're the receiver. So I don't want a woman that's received a bunch of stuff from a whole bunch of givers. You see what I'm saying? That's wicked. It's not the same thing, period.
Yep.
You know, for a woman to actually even, like, she has to be diluted to a massive level to believe that, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go away and give away my chastity for free.
Give it away for free.
Give it away for free. You know, for nothing. No contract of marriage. No nothing like that. No security just in case I get pregnant. No, nothing like that. Right? You just out there flapping in the wind. You know, giving it up. And so then you over here, you get 30 and you done been with all these dudes and you wonder why nobody don't marry you. Because intrinsically, a man knows this is why it's in the scripture. God made your body. Right? God made all of us. So this is why he's written the rules. You don't think that he knows how he's made us on what to do correctly? This is why God has put this stuff in the Bible. God tell you the women, you be with one man because he knows if you're with more than one man, it's going to cause a problem for you. You're going to have trauma. You're going to have experience that you wish you didn't have. You're going to be saying that, oh man, this, that, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with it. You know what I mean? That's the Most High did not make it that way. That's why it's in the scriptures.
And this is why so many women are in witchcraft and dealing with that, because you done been humbled by so many dudes, and each time that spirit is on you, you know, from each dude.
The laws are for your protection and our protection. This is why the Most High puts it in there for us. He don't want the sisters to go through this. The Most High loves you women. So he puts the laws in there to protect you the best that he can, you know what I'm saying, to protect you. This is why these are laws. This is why the Most High has put this in the scriptures. It's for your learning and then for your development and for your success. The Most High wants to see you succeed. He don't want to see you fail, right? You sleeping with other dudes and allowing this and that and third to happen to you, right? With any kind of commitment and stuff. The Most High knows that, oh, if a woman is out there, they're not doing what they're supposed to, and they're not, you know what I'm saying, they're sleeping with more than one man, then guess what? They can have babies by multiple dudes, and that's a problem, right? They can have, you know what I'm saying, they can raise their children on how they want to be, and that's a problem. And they can do this and this, that, the third, and that's a problem. And, you know, they're going to have trauma, and now they're not going to trust the dude. And now they might be out here sleeping with the next man and cause that brother to get upset and kill him for being an adulterer and adulteress and all kind of wicked fornication and lasciviousness. It just goes on and on and on and on and on to look at where we are today.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring out a point that Brother Eitan brought out about the Torah. You know, Israel, it was meant to keep us trucking. It was meant to keep us on the narrow and straight path. That's it. There was nothing ever hard about the laws of the Most High. Nothing. He says that my laws are not grievous. But yet we as a stiff-necked people, we always go against the grain. We always go against what the Most High says. Always. And we fall along the heathens because a lot of our people following the ways of these heathens has gotten us in trouble. These sisters listening to the heathens. Come out, the government can be your sugar daddy. That's gotten us in trouble.
Just think about the lofty ideas, right, that the heathen has put in the head. I mean, okay, right. Now, women, don't get mad at me, right? Because what I'm saying is this is without emotion. This is 1,000% facts, right? I want you sisters, don't get mad at me. This is 100% facts. This is nothing without emotion, right? This is the type of delusion that the heathens have sold you, right? Let's say, for example, right, now we got equal pay, right? Okay, or the women are supposed to get paid just as much as the men, right? Now, the delusion is to do all of this stuff to put you guys in the work and this, that, and the third, and now they have you thinking that everybody's supposed to be equal. Okay, right? I'm fine with everybody being treated equally as a, you know, I can't treat you wickedly or I can't treat you wickedly. I got to treat you both with respect. Hey, that's fine with me, right? But the problem is, let's say, for example, every single business, right, is built by a man, right? Well, the majority of, how about this? Any business of any kind of importance, of real, true importance to building the world that we in is built by a man, period, right? That's just what it is. Now, if I were to have, should a woman be allowed to be CEO of that business? No, because a woman didn't build a damn business. Men build the businesses. So why should a woman be allowed to be CEO of a business that she didn't damn build? It don't make no sense, right? I don't give a damn if you learned it all to do that. If you learned it all to do this, go build your own business and have women hire them as being CEOs or whatever. No women have made no laws, right? No women have built no real inventions of any true necessity of human life. None. Y'all haven't built no languages, right? You know, I'm just saying this as a statistical fact, right? Women have not built any languages. They have not built any civilizations. They have not, you know, saying they have not fight and died and, you know, doing all this stuff over lands, right? They have not, you know, saying like as we're in the army going over killing all these nations, right? And then we're going over to Israel. It was the men that was doing this, right? The women, they have their support role, and that is fantastic, and that is great. All praises to the Most High, right? But these situations are all built by men because this is what the Most High has made, and this is the way that he's conducted it, right? Now, in the land of the heathen, they tell you women all of a sudden now that you're supposed to be just as equal. But y'all ain't did no damn work, right? The women of the past, they were okay with that. They were okay with, you know what? I know that I didn't do no work. I'm not under any illusion I'm cool with chilling. Because that's what y'all always have been doing. It's chilling. Right? Chilling, raising the children, chilling, pushing the community, right? Or like if y'all do have businesses, right? As we see in what Proverbs 31 woman, right? What she did, she sold clothes, right? Womanly, right? Feminine businesses, things that females do with perfection that men, they don't do so well, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that now we have women that are trying to be in leadership roles, right? For what? You didn't write no damn laws. You didn't even think of the laws. It didn't even come into your mind to come up with a structure to think of a law. Any idea that you have, you've got it from a man, period. Any idea that a woman have, more than likely 99% of it, right, has been forwarded from a man. So in knowing this particular fact, right, why are we faking like, oh, you so strong and you don't need a man, or you can raise up the children by your own, and I just want to be a mother and I don't need no man? Have you not paid attention to history and what men have done? Not only that, but look at what the Hebrew men have done. You have the strongest man on the earth, literally, right? You literally had the strongest man on the earth, right? Why not listen to him, right? Why not give him a chance? Right? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? And then watch us succeed. Instead, right? The heathens have given you this, this has dangled this carrot right in front of your face. Say, you know what? I want you to buck your man, right? And we're gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you government subsidies, right? You know what I'm saying? We'll give you government assistance and help, right? But this help is so small and insignificant that this could never build you up as a people. It's only a stipend, right? Something that will just keep you going, but never put you over the top. Because what had put us over the top is right before the civil rights era, right? Our sisters believed in us, right? Our sisters trusted us. They weren't on, oh, I don't need a man type situation. And we had the big boom economy. We were killing them. We were killing the heathens, coming straight out of captivity, not knowing how to read or write or none of that stuff. We built ourselves up as a community, and boom, right? When we was running the situation, right? It was only on 40 acres, but we still had our Black Wall Street was doing way better than the white man. They got mad at us, bombed us down, you know what I'm saying, did whatever the case may be. Then formed up the civil rights era, right? Start working on the black woman to get her against our people, right? Then he went down with stupid ass Margaret Singer, started doing all this doggone abortions, right? Y'all done killed damn near a third of our people, you know, right? Aborting babies. Why? Because this is part of the heathens' plan. Y'all killed a third of our people aborting babies because y'all did not understand to get married before you carry. You ain't gonna sleep if you sleep with a man. That man don't love you if he don't marry you. That's just the facts. A man does not love you if he does not marry you. That's just what it is. He can sleep with you all day and tell you this, that, and the third. Brothers will sleep with any damn thing. Fat women, slim women, anything, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the night, right? They will do it. These brothers will do it. But guess what? When all of a sudden it's talking about marriage, hey, there ain't no brothers ain't trying to do that. Why? Because he don't really love you like that. If you asking a brother if he'll marry you, he says something like, oh no, you know, it's all that hemming and hawing and all that. Man, them brothers they ain't trying to get married. Why? Because they don't really love you. Stupid. Hey, play that one more time. Stupid. Right? It's only, I mean, like, I don't understand how you can't realize this, right? Or maybe you just so trapped up in living in your body. And you know, your body just has so much control over you that you know, you allow your flesh to rule you, right? Your flesh to rule you without the sense, right, or without the thinking of your mind. You just don't use it at all. You know, forget the precepts, right? You don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't hate every false way. You love the falsehoods of wickedness, the falsehoods of unrighteousness, right? The trickery of the devil and Satan. You love it. Yeah, man, this brother loves me. All I got to do is just do this. Or, you know what? I don't want to feel out of place, so let me just give up my virginity for nothing. For what? You think that's going to ensure you a righteous brother, right? Wickedness is going to purporting wickedness is in the beginning is going to some kind of way end up with a righteous futures. No, that's not. Nah. It don't work like that, right? Wickedness. With wickedness comes problems every single time. That's why you're not supposed to lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the smallest commandments, right? Don't lie, right? Don't be a talebearer, right? Don't be telling lies. Why? Because lies are hard to cover up. Man, once you tell one lie, you got to tell another one. You got to remember the lie you told. So when you tell the other person that might have known him that you done told the lie to her, you got to be able to keep this stuff all in. Next thing you know, it didn't turn into some one big mess. And now you got to remember the same lie that you've been telling forever. It's wickedness.
Yep.
And that's something small. So how much more something big? I don't know, Israel.
Israel, at the end of the day, it's just simple. We can sit here and preach to it blue in the face. It's simple. Get back to the laws, commandments. Put away wickedness. That's what it takes. Put away the wickedness and get back to the laws, commandments. It's that simple. All right. So people are just going to have to. We're just going to have to go through what we're going to have to go through, Israel. Sad, but unfortunately, yeah, many years are going to pass by. Many. I'm talking about many. We don't know, but you have to really, and like I said before, you got to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, because we are going to the grave, Israel. Whether you like it or not, we're going to the grave in our old age, whether you die or pass away prematurely. Well, what you do during this time is going to make a big difference. So start now. Start making those right decisions. All right. To serve the Most High with all your heart, mind, and soul, because you don't know when your life is going to end unexpectedly. You really don't. There's no guarantee for nothing. All right. Just because you claim to be the chosen of the Most High don't mean that your life cannot be taken in an instant of a flash. It could be taken, Israel. So we just wanted to come bring this little truth to you. We're not going to hold you too much longer, but if you got any questions, you can go ahead and put them in there. But again, Israel, we really want our people to see the magnitude of what's going on out there. And this is why we're so passionate about what we do, because it's like our people, and me and brother, anytime we see things probably that other people see. And this is why, we are qualified teachers, because we've been through experience. We've seen a lot of stuff in our time. And sometimes the Most High gives you wisdom enough to see things that other people can't see. And there's a lot of things, Israel, that needs to be turned around. And bottom line, you have to be willing to put in that work. You can't just be a talker. You have to be a performer of the law. And a lot of our women are not keeping the law. A lot of the brothers are not keeping the law. Point blank. Even though they say they're keeping the law, they're really not. Because if they were keeping the law in the first place, they wouldn't be having children outside of that anyway. They wouldn't be having children by different dudes.
All right. And these dudes would know better.
Yeah,
right? But when the sisters dress like harlots out there, I mean, like, how can you expect anything else? Doesn't how can you expect anything else other than what you get? You know what I'm saying? It's just like just like I think who was that? I heard it say that one of these comedians, they were saying, if you was dressed like a police officer, right, and then somebody and you're just a regular person, right? You know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody gets in trouble, they're gonna run up expecting to help. The same way if you're dressed like a harlot out there with these what is that stuff on? Spandex on, and you know what I'm saying? You can see all your butt cheeks and all that other wickedness, right? Man, what do you think brothers are gonna, man? Brothers is not coming up to you, you know what I'm saying, to try to thinking about marriage. That's that, I mean, like, if you think that, you a damn dummy.
Hey, I want to answer this question right quick. Yeah. We don't beat that dead horse. It says, why doesn't the Most High accept marriages? Well, first of all, the Most High told us not to mix our seed with any other race of people outside of Israel. That's why. And so, let me give you an analogy. So, here's how bad this thing is. People don't realize this. So, if you take a male wolf dog, and a female pet bull, if they have pups, is that pup going to be a full-blooded German wolf? Absolutely not. So anytime, and I know anytime about to bring up the scripture, anytime we mix our seed outside of Israel, it's an abomination. And this is why the Most High does not accept anyone outside of Israel, especially a mamzer that is mixed, because you created a whole different race. So if a brother gets with some white woman and has a baby, and if any of you on here are mamzers, you know, it's sad, because it's not even your fault, because your parents are the ones who brought you, who made that decision to create a whole different race. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be mean, Israel. I'm just telling you like it is. It's just, it is what it is. I got family members that are married to white people and got mams or kids. Yeah, it's that serious. So whenever you mix your seed with another race, you create a whole different race. So these mams that are walking around here, now I wish people would stop calling them black folks. I hate that shit. And I mean that too, because I had to get on people. Well, he still got black in him. No, he ain't black. He ain't white. He's a whole another race of people that the Most High did not create. It's an abomination.
God.
And that's what we doing at Israel. And if you get offended, I don't give a damn, because that's what the scripture says.
Like, you gotta, okay.
That's a buzz.
Most High, why he won't accept it, right?
Yeah.
Why he won't accept it is, the main reason is why, because one, it's an abomination, number one, right? Number two, it's the Most High is not going to bring anything good out of if you started with wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna that's not gonna happen. Right? Okay, for example, right? When David, right, he did wrong in the way that he got Bathsheba, right? Yeah, he slept with her, doing that old kind of wickedness, right, and all this other stuff, right? And he doggone cause old boy to die, right? You know what I'm saying? Sent him to the front lines of the war so he'll die with a letter. He didn't even know what was going on. That was his homeboy too. You know what I'm saying? So it's really messed up. But guess what? The first child, the Most High didn't. Most High was like, man, you know what, man? From out of wickedness, you ain't gonna get no blessing, right? Because if he would have had a son, that would have been a blessing from the Most High, right? But the Most High said, you know what? Out of wickedness, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna that will not prosper, right? Wickedness will not prosper among the Most High. So what happened to the son? It was killed, right? It was born. It was stillborn or something like that, right? The baby was dead. Right, the Most High killed that child. Right, even though he fasted, he prayed, he did all kinds of stuff, because what he knew what he did was wicked. He knew, but the Most High didn't care, of course, because guess what? He does not reward wickedness with anything righteous.
Yeah, it says even if we're mixed with Black Native Americans. So when you do the history, look up what's the guy's name? Sertima something like that.
Ivan Van Sertima.
Look him up and just do some research on him. But most Black Native Americans, they've pretty much been wiped out. All right, the Most High made sure they were wiped out pretty much before we came on us, to make way for Israel. Because when you look at in Genesis, yes, you had Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They did overspread the whole earth. So yes, there were you had a little bit of Shem, Ham, and Japheth all over the world. It was just like the scripture says, they was encamped to the world. But these $5 Indians are not anywhere close to being Black Native Indians. So when you say Black Native Americans, a lot of them have pretty much been wiped out.
If it was Ham, they'll get back into the third generation, right?
Yeah.
If it was like Hamites or something like that, right? Like, let's say, for example, if you're like a third generation type, you know what I'm saying? Let's say your grandparents, what was it? Your grandparents were like one was a Hebrew, and then the other one was like a Black Native American or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Part of Ham, right? 3 generations mixed in, man, you'll be back to normal. Like the Most High knows. This is why He says in the scriptures that He's going to purify our blood. Right, man. He knows we're not all 100% pure breed Hebrews, right? You know what I'm saying? It'll be impossible coming from slavery, this, that, and the third, like, and everything that we've been through as a people. I mean, like, we've been through like thousands of years, damn near, of captivity, Israel, right? So none of us are going to be 1,000%, you know what I'm saying, like, super pure. You know what I mean? Like, I can go down all my blood relatives to like great grandpa, great, and all the way down. Like all of us are so-called Negroes, right? You know what I'm saying? In my whole family, like I saw, like I got a brother too. but he has some like some Indian in him from like way back into the 1600s, right? You know what I'm saying? He was able to do his family line, and he sees something, you know what I'm saying, something like that went back. But you know, as it came back, right? As it came back, he's seeing that, you know, his people is mixed, so forth and so on. It's just weird, Israel, right? But as a whole, like the Most High, he knows the bloodlines, right? You know, like most of us are pure as we can be, considering the situations that we have went through.
Yeah,
right?
but you don't. You know, of course, our brother should know better. But you don't want to just get with a white woman, marry that, and that's like, man. And then you got to wait to like 3 generations, you know, for that. That's why when Joseph, and matter of fact, it was Pharaoh who chose Joseph's wife.
God.
Of course, you know, that was before the law as well too. But then after the 3rd generation, you know, Manasseh and Ephraim, they were already back into the Israelites. So
that's right.
So people will try to use that to say, well, what about Joseph? He married an Egyptian woman, and you got to understand that was before the law was given. And also, they had time to marry back within the Israelites.
God, or even Moses' kid, right? You know what I'm saying? His kids were from you know, they were mixed, if you want to say that, because they were half Ethiopian, right? Half Ethiopian and half Hebrew, right? But the Most High, he accepted them, you know, but that was before the law was written.
Yeah,
like the Most High has a plan for his people.
Yeah, but even with that, even with Moses' wife, she was still from the line of Shem, because her father was a priest. So, you know, but they wasn't from the promised seed though. Makes a big difference.
God. Now, you know, just so we can bring it up in the scriptures, right? Sister Jones, it says, and Shechaniah the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our God and have taken strange wives, right? These are wives of the other nations, right? Strange wives of the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. Now, therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives that are such as are born of them, right? So that means, right, you've got to put away all the heathen wives you were with, and such as are born of them, and the babies too, right? According to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that resemble the commandment, and those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law, right? And this was important because in Israel, right, especially in Israel, you have to, like, one of the prerequisites for you to even be in the land of Israel is you got to keep the commandments.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you have to meet all the commandments, right? You got to do the feast, you know, everything for you to even be in the land of Israel, right? So this will also transform into our mamsers going to heaven? No, of course not, because what? You got 12 gates, and it's going to be the New Jerusalem. And if you are a half breed and you can't get into, like if you're a mamzer and you can't get into the regular Israel, right? We had to do away with the heathen women and the doggone children that was born into you, right? What makes you think you're going to be able to get to the kingdom?
Right.
Right? This is the regular one.
Yeah, exactly. If you notice this verse, notice that this is if this was dealing with after the third generation, then this wouldn't even be a problem. All right, but just because these are freshly born mamzers, all right, dealing with the first generation, so they had to be dealt with.
Any other questions?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, y'all.
God, that's right. Brother said, that's right. You can't even have mixed fabrics. You can't even have mixed fabrics. You can't mix fruits. You can't do anything. You know why? It's because the Most High didn't make stuff, right? Man, you think he said that it was finished and it was good, right? After, you know, he rested on the 7th day, after he made the earth and all the fruits and everything in it, after 6 days and rested, he said it was good. He didn't rest and say, you know what? Now I'm gonna get these niggas that I created, let them change up what I made, you know what I'm saying, because they think it's better. No, it's not like that. You have to appreciate the work, right? You have to appreciate the workman's work. You know, man, when I look at trees outside, right, or when I look at anything like the clouds and the sky, I'm really appreciative of what the Most High has created, right? If I saw an original banana, I'd be like, yes, that's the best kind of banana because that's the one that the Lord made. That's his design. Man, we got these new fruits and stuff like this. That ain't the Lord's design, right? This is design made from these damn heathens, right? You can't make it better than the Most High did.
That's right. It's just like when you look at different species of animals, there's animals that's not even supposed to exist, like the pet bull. All these other breeds, like the only real dog was the wolf, was the fox, the wolf, something else. But you know, all these other dogs are just the breeds from these other breeds, and you have man that's created these different breeds that do the same thing with fruits, create these different stuff. And when you really think about it, you know why the Most High brought the flood onto the earth? Because of mixing. Bottom line, because of mixing, that he destroyed the whole earth with a flood. And it's going to happen again. But we're at such a high level of mixing, it's not even funny. You know, there's so many like created races that like don't even, like, I'll give you an example, like Mexicans. Mexicans is a mixture of 3 different races, you know, Native Americans, Asian, and Caucasian.
Yeah.
It's scary as hell, you know. It's like, wow. But, you know, we've come to look at that as normal.
Yeah, and these are things that the Most High does not like. They don't like. But, you know, you wouldn't know it if you don't read the scriptures. Yeah. That's why it's like, you know, Brother Daniel always say, man, you know, it's important for you to stay in these scriptures. It's important for you to read. And, you know, how are you going to learn about your God if you don't read? Right? You can't listen up there to damn Pastor Porkchop tell you about your God, right? Yeah. Because look at what he's told you. He told you that your God said you can eat pork. He told you that your God said you don't have to keep the commandments. That all you got to do is be baptized in the Son and the Father and the Holy Ghost. Mm-hmm. And next thing is, you know what I'm saying, you could be you could be saved. Yeah. Right.
But just know this, Israel. But just know this: if your dad is so-called Israelite black or black African, what they say, African American, and if your mom is so-called black African American, then you're Israel. Right? You're Israel. So that's the safest way, you know. Israelite with an Israelite, black with black.
Also, I just see Dre Pete, right? Hey, don't worry about being light skinned, brother, and stuff like that, because I got a real close friend that I deal with, right? And you know, him and his wife, they just had a daughter, and both of them are dark skinned, right? But the daughter is super light. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's just like a little bit she's a little bit darker than you, Dre P. But they were both the brother and the sister, they're dark skinned, and I know that you know, I know that's their child because the child looks like both of them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And the child acts like their dad a lot, you know. But the daughter, you know what I'm saying, but she's light skinned, even though that both of the parents were you know, darker complexion. You know, our people, we can make you know, we can make any kind of people. They said David was ready. So you know, means that he was of a light skin, of a lighter shade. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures. Our people make any kind of color. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what color it is, man. We can even have albinos, right? Mm-hmm. You've seen our, you know, one out of 10,000 births. Yeah. We you know, we can even have an albino seed, Israel. Yeah. So don't be worrying about the damn color of your skin or none of that craziness. Neither black. Yeah. All right. Yeah. My mom is mixed too, with a half native mother and a black father. You need to do the research on that native mother and see what type of native, because a lot of these people, they say that they half native and half that and this, that, and the third. And
they're really Israelites. Yeah.
Yeah, they really Israelites. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And I've seen people say that too and everything. So that's why you have to really dig into that.
Con.
Yeah.
Right.
But all right, Israel.
Yeah. Con. If we don't have any more questions, you know, the same thing, right? Let's stop, sisters. Let's stop giving it away for free, right? That's not cool. Train your daughters up, right? Tell them to remain virgins, so they don't go through the same trouble and trauma and talking about some, you know, they want to grow up and be 30 and get some careers and all kind of foolishness that these heathens have put in their head, right? When it's really just wickedness and folly, right? And let's try to seal the elect. Right, we gotta get this 144,000 sealed so we can get the hell up out of here. Right, I'm ready to go. I don't know about any of y'all. You know, I don't wish to. You know, I do wish that I have more days so I can try to make my election sure. Right, but you know, because
it's going to come when it comes.
It's going to come when it comes.
Just not on our terms. That's all. Be prepared always. All right, Israel. Well, we're going to bid you a hearty Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Israel, and stay strong. All right.